In the depths of the night, when the moon is veiled behind clouds and darkness blankets the land, there's a spectacle that unfolds. When certain animals are illuminated by a sudden light, their eyes seem to blaze with an eerie glow. You may have seen this phenomenon when a car's headlights pierce the gloom, or when a flashlight beam falls upon a creature's face. Have you ever wondered why only some animals possess this ability and what evolutionary purpose it serves? Today, we delve into the fascinating science behind glowing eyes in the dark and uncover the secrets that make these nocturnal creatures truly shine. Let's start our journey by addressing a common misconception. It's not the animal's blood that causes their eyes to glow. That's just a myth. Instead, the mesmerizing glow originates from a special structure at the back of their eyes called the tapetum lucidum. This Latin term translates to shining carpet, which is an apt description of its appearance. The tapetum lucidum is a reflective layer of tissue situated behind the retina, the part of the eye responsible for capturing images and colors. However, unlike the retina, the tapetum lucidum doesn't play an active role in vision. Its primary function is to enhance the eye's ability to capture and process light, making it particularly crucial for creatures that navigate in dim environments. Now let's explore how this unique structure enables animals to possess shining eyes. First, we need to understand how the eye functions in low-light conditions. When light enters the eye, it travels through several layers before reaching the retina. In the retina, special cells known as photoreceptors, namely rods and cones, convert light signals into electrical impulses that the brain can interpret. Rods are highly sensitive to light and are primarily responsible for black and white vision, enabling us to perceive shapes and movements in dimly lit environments. Cones, on the other hand, are less sensitive but allow us to perceive colors. They function best in brighter light and are essential for daytime vision. In nocturnal animals, the rods dominate the retina, making up around 90% of the photoreceptor cells, while in humans, they only account for about 1%. This adaptation allows nocturnal animals to see much better in low light than humans. But there's still a problem. Even with more rods, the eye can only capture so much light. Once the light passes through the retina, it exits the eye without contributing to the formation of an image. This means that a significant portion of available light is not utilized for vision, potentially limiting the clarity and detail of the image formed on the retina. This is where the tapetum lucidum comes into play. Acting as a mirror, it bounces the light back through the retina, providing the photoreceptor cells a second chance to absorb the photons and generate visual signals. By reflecting the light back onto the retina, the tapetum lucidum effectively increases the amount of light available for the photoreceptors to absorb, enhancing the sensitivity of the eye in low light conditions. This enhancement allows nocturnal animals to perceive shapes, outlines, and movements more clearly in the darkness, improving their overall night vision. Now, let's explore the process in greater detail. When light enters the eye, it passes through the cornea and the lens before reaching the retina. Some of the light is absorbed by the retina and used for vision, but a significant portion passes through the retina and exits the eye. If there were no tapetum lucidum, this would be wasted light. However, if the tapetum lucidum is present, the light is reflected back through the retina, giving the photoreceptor cells a second chance to absorb the light and send signals to the brain. This means that the same amount of light can be used twice, resulting in enhanced night vision. To understand how the tapetum lucidum enhances night vision, consider this. Most animals have between 7 and 8 million photoreceptor cells in their retinas, but nocturnal animals have up to 1 billion. Each cell contains a pigment called rhodopsin, which helps convert light into an electrical signal. With more photoreceptor cells and the added benefit of the tapetum lucidum, nocturnal animals can see much better in low light conditions than diurnal animals. The glowing eye effect occurs when the reflected light from the tapetum lucidum reaches the cornea and is redirected forward, exiting the eye and entering the observer's eye. This is the light that we see as a glow. The color of the glow depends on the species and the composition of the tapetum. Some animals, such as cats and dogs, have a yellowish glow due to the presence of guanine in their tapetum. Others, like deer and horses, have a greenish glow caused by the reflection of light by guanine crystals. And some animals, such as reptiles and some fish, have a red glow due to the presence of blood vessels in the tapetum. But why is the tapetum necessary for animals that are active at night? Well, it turns out that the ability to see well in low-light conditions can be crucial for survival. For instance, nocturnal predators rely on their keen night vision to successfully hunt prey. On the other hand, being able to see well in the dark can help prey animals avoid being detected by predators. Therefore, the ability to see well in low-light conditions is a highly advantageous trait that has evolved independently in various animal lineages, including mammals, birds, reptiles, and fish. Overall, the glowing eyes of nocturnal animals are a remarkable adaptation that has evolved over millions of years. This fascinating phenomenon not only adds a touch of mystery and intrigue to the night, but also plays a vital role in the survival of these creatures. So the next time you find yourself gazing at the stars and suddenly a pair of glowing eyes catches your attention, remember that you are witnessing a truly remarkable feat of evolution. Animals can exhibit a wide range of behaviors and physical characteristics. Some animals can change their sex, while others can walk through solid objects. The natural world is full of wonders, and every species has its own unique set of traits. However, among all these fascinating abilities, one particular behavior stands out as truly bizarre, and that is the strange habit of animals to eat their own poop. Yes, you heard that right. Some animals in our world have been observed eating their own feces, which might sound disgusting to us humans, but is actually a normal and common behavior in the animal kingdom. This practice has different names depending on the type of poop a critter eats. When a carnivore regurgitates its vomit, it's called re-ingestion. This happens because sometimes the stomach contents don't completely digest and end up being spit back out. Coprophagy is another term used when an animal eats its own feces. Autocannibalism is when an animal eats parts of its own dead body, and autocannibalism happens when an animal eats parts of its live body. Sounds gross, right? But this is common in the animal world. For example, cats who vomit their hairballs often eat them back. They won't suffer from intestinal blockages because the hairballs are soft. But why do they eat the hairballs in the first place? It's because their digestive system is made to quickly pass anything that goes inside their stomachs. So they don't have to chew and swallow their food multiple times to digest it, unlike us humans. Another reason is that eating their own poop can help get rid of parasites. This is common in herbivores like horses, cows, and rabbits. They eat their own poop to get rid of harmful things that cause intestinal infections. Their guts kill most of these harmful things, but not all. So by eating their own poop, they stop parasites from growing and multiplying. Eating poop might sound yucky to us, but it's not dangerous for the animals that do it. In fact, it helps keep their bodies healthy and clean. So next time you think eating poop is gross, just remember that it's totally normal for some animals and even helps keep them healthy. Now that you know all about glowing eyes and eating poop, which one surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching.